Ever wonder how some celebrities went from fame to prison? From shocking crimes to life-changing mistakes? These stars couldn't escape the consequences. Join us as we explore celebrity scandals that led to their downfall. Which story will surprise you the most? Buck Sumhofe, once a prominent figure in professional wrestling during the 1980s, had a reputation as the original rock and roller of the wrestling world. His fame, however, was overshadowed by his criminal actions. In 2013, Sumhofe was arrested and charged with multiple counts of sexual misconduct, including the molestation of a minor over several years. This wasn't the first time Sumhofe had faced legal issues. He had previously served time for similar offenses in the 1980s. In 2014, he was convicted and sentenced to over 25 years in prison. His wrestling legacy has been entirely eclipsed by his criminal acts, and he will likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. Michael Jace, best known for his role as Officer Julian Lowe on the hit TV series The Shield, was once a respected actor in Hollywood. However, his career came to a tragic and violent end in 2014 when he was arrested for the murder of his wife, April Jace. The fatal shooting occurred in their Los Angeles home, with the couple's young children present. In 2016, Jace was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. His case highlighted the devastating consequences of domestic violence, and the once prominent actor is now serving a life sentence, his career and reputation destroyed by his actions. Harvey Weinstein was once one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood, co-founding Miramax and producing critically acclaimed films such as Pulp Fiction and Good Will Hunting. His influence extended far beyond filmmaking, but that all came to a screeching halt in 2017 when numerous women, including famous actresses, accused him of sexual misconduct. Exposés published by the New York Times and the New Yorker revealed decades of abuse, harassment, and assault by Weinstein, sparking the number has two movement. In 2020, Weinstein was convicted of rape and sexual assault and sentenced to 23 years in prison. His dramatic fall from grace was a turning point for Hollywood, leading to widespread changes in how the industry deals with sexual harassment and abuse. Ian Watkins, the lead singer of the Welsh band Lost Prophets, shocked fans in the music industry when he was arrested in 2012 on charges of sexually abusing minors. The details of Watkins' crimes were horrific, revealing a disturbing pattern of abuse that spanned years. Fans of Lost Prophets, who had idolized Watkins, were devastated by the revelations, and his bandmates were left in disbelief. In 2013, Watkins pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including child sex offenses and the possession of illegal materials. He was sentenced to 29 years in prison, with an additional 6 years of extended supervision. His once prominent career as a rock star was completely obliterated by his crimes, and he remains one of the most reviled figures in the music industry. Jared Fogle became a national icon in the early 2000s as the face of Subway's famous weight loss campaign. His inspiring story of losing over 200 pounds by eating Subway sandwiches turned him into the chain's global spokesperson, and he held the position for 15 years. Fogle's seemingly wholesome image crumbled in 2015 when federal authorities began investigating his involvement in child exploitation. Fogle was arrested and pleaded guilty to charges of child pornography and traveling to engage in sexual conduct with minors. He was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in federal prison. The scandal not only ended Fogle's career, but also severely damaged Subway's brand, marking one of the most publicized celebrity downfalls in recent history. Joe Giudice, husband to Real Housewives of New Jersey, star Teresa Giudice, found himself in the legal spotlight when the couple was convicted of bankruptcy fraud and tax evasion. In an effort to maintain their lavish lifestyle, the Giudices had concealed assets and income while filing for bankruptcy. In 2016, Joe began serving his 41-month sentence in a federal correctional facility. After completing his sentence, Giudice faced deportation to Italy, as he was not a U.S. citizen. The family's legal and personal troubles played out publicly, showcasing the darker side of reality TV fame. The Giudice's story is a reminder that no matter how much wealth or fame someone attains, legal troubles can bring it all crashing down. Sam Hurd, once a talented NFL wide receiver, saw his football career cut short due to his involvement in drug trafficking. Hurd was arrested in 2011 during a sting operation in which he tried to purchase large quantities of cocaine and marijuana with the intent to distribute. His arrest shocked fans and the NFL community, as Hurd had been known for his hard work and dedication to the game. In 2013, Hurd pleaded guilty to drug trafficking charges and was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison. His downfall was a stark reminder of how involvement in illegal activities can destroy even the most promising of careers. Abby Lee Miller, known for her controversial and tough-love teaching style on the reality show Dance Moms, became a household name for her high expectations and relentless pursuit of perfection in young dancers. Her fame skyrocketed in 2011 when the show debuted, and her fiery personality quickly made her a polarizing figure. However, behind her no-nonsense approach to dance, Miller was concealing serious financial misconduct. In 2015, Miller was indicted on charges of bankruptcy fraud for hiding $775,000 in income while claiming she was bankrupt. The indictment revealed that she had created secret bank accounts to conceal her earnings from the show and other ventures. In 2017, she was sentenced to 366 days in federal prison. After serving 9 months, she was released early for good behavior. Her legal troubles significantly tarnished her image, and although she has since returned to reality TV, the scandal has left a permanent mark on her once glamorous career. Bobby Shmurda, born Aquil Pollard, burst onto the music scene in 2014 with his hit single Hot and A, which became a viral sensation, earning him a major record deal and a top 10 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. His infectious energy and popular dance moves brought him instant fame in the hip-hop world. However, Shmurda's rise was quickly cut short when he was arrested later that same year on charges of conspiracy, weapons possession, and involvement in gang-related murders. In 2016, Shmurda took a plea deal and was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Despite his time behind bars, he maintained his popularity, and his 2021 release was celebrated across the music industry. His story highlights the harsh realities of the violent lifestyle portrayed in much of modern hip-hop, serving as a cautionary tale for aspiring artists. Gary Glitter, born Paul Gadd, was a glam rock icon during the 1970s, known for his flamboyant performances and hit songs like Rock and Roll, Part 2. However, his career collapsed in the late 1990s when he was convicted of possessing child pornography. Glitter's legal troubles continued over the following decades. After serving time in the UK, he was deported from several countries, including Cambodia and Vietnam, where he faced additional convictions for sexual abuse of minors. In 2015, Glitter was sentenced to 16 years in prison for multiple counts of sexual offenses involving minors, sealing his dramatic fall from grace. Once hailed as a music legend, he's now remembered more for his heinous crimes than for his contributions to rock and roll, likely spending the rest of his life behind bars. War Machine, born Jonathan Koppenhaver, was once a promising MMA fighter known for his intense style and strong personality. His career in mixed martial arts spanned several top organizations, including the UFC, and he gained notoriety both inside and outside the cage. However, his personal life took a dark turn after a series of violent incidents. In 2010, War Machine was sentenced to a year in jail for assault. But things took a tragic and horrifying turn in 2014 when, in a fit of jealousy, he brutally attacked his ex-girlfriend, adult film star Christy Mack. and her new boyfriend, Corey Thomas. Mac was left with serious injuries, including broken bones and missing teeth. War Machine's trial made national headlines, and in 2017, he was convicted on 29 felony counts, including kidnapping, sexual assault, and attempted murder. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 36 years. His once promising career in MMA now serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked rage and violence. Oscar Pistorius was once an inspirational figure on the global sports stage. After losing both of his legs below the knee as an infant, Pistorius went on to compete in both the Paralympic and Olympic Games, becoming the first amputee sprinter to compete in the Olympics. However, his status as a hero was shattered on Valentine's Day in 2013 when Pistorius fatally shot his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, in his home in South Africa. Pistorius claimed that he had mistaken Steenkamp for an intruder, but many questioned his story. He was initially found guilty of culpable homicide and sentenced to 5 years in prison. However, public outcry over the lenient sentence led to an appeal, and in 2015, he was convicted of murder. His sentence was later extended to 13 years, and Pistorius continues to serve his time in prison. His story is a tragic reminder of how quickly a hero's fall from grace can occur, especially when violence is involved. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, don't forget to leave us positive comments. See you in the next video.